He's speaking in the microphone. There we go. We've got volume.
Working?
You're there.
Hi. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Oh, my goodness, 69 of you. We love that. We obviously, as you would have seen, because I've just seen it flashed up on the YouTube, we have two very special guests today. We have Mitch Brown and Luke Keck, and obviously Hester, who it doesn't feel like a guest.
No,
anymore.
I live here now.
Yeah. Very much live here. Thank you so much for all of your comments already. And there's a lot of love for the two of you already. We have these live comments.
We need to see that.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
Last week when Isla came in, it was going off.
Yeah.
Yes. And people also gift memberships. I don't know how it works or what it means.
Yeah.
But Broden usually thanks people for doing that. So thank you so much to all of you that are doing
Where does that go?
I would love to know.
Hey, thanks for having us on. Like this, it means we've. I won't speak for you, Lou. I never do, but we've been excited since you reached out, and been a big fan of Broden for a while now, and especially those first couple of days since the interview where I did come out openly as well. He was, certainly a huge supporter. It did mean a lot to me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's going to really appreciate that.
Yeah, getting deep straight away.
I know. Okay. No worries. I think we should start taking bets as to who cries the first.
Yeah.
And how long it will take.
2 seconds.
I know.
That nearly got me there.
I'm going to wait until we're on the actual record to mention just like how impactful I think the four of us being in a room is. Patty, do you want me to I'm not starting yet? No worries.
I am so interested in this membership thing because I was not across the whole there are comments on the live stream thing last time, and I was like, what is Marnie doing on her computer? But I can't do 25
This is
things
really
at once.
rude. She's just like,
No. I just thought you were
emails.
got a bit of admin.
Imagine how impressive that could be if you could like do a podcast while emailing. I could never, but I was like, okay, I can't keep up with all of this. But I saw this gifting a membership thing, and I was like, later when the next day I was like, oh, I'll have a look at what that was.
Yeah.
No idea what that meant.
That's so sweet, and we appreciate it so much. Someone is asking Mitch if your head is okay.
Yeah, it is.
Great.
It is.
You don't need to explain any more than that. If you don't.
No, I can.
It's interesting. I think it's interesting.
This shows how old I'm at. Are we live right now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Not that it changes anything. But hey, I was going to address my forehead.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 years ago, I had a head clash in a football game that required 3 stitches. It was just in the amateurs here in Victoria. And as you do in local football, just got wheeled out to the back and quickly stitched up and then back out into the field. No concussion, but just a clean split. And I don't know, for some reason, I can't recall how I got the stitches out. And I swear there was no concussion, so no problem. But anyway, it healed. And then 5 or 6 years later, the bump started to grow. Like a little bit, I was like, oh, there's a little bump there, maybe some scar tissue, just a normal calcification if you're into medical stuff. And most recently, it started to felt like it started to grow its own like legs and brain and stuff. And like, to be honest, it first started noticing it when there might be date night with Lou and I, and we go in for a little kiss, and my bump would hit Lou in the face.
And this like permanent bruise just here.
Yeah. So I
romantic.
Yeah, I got a little bit self-conscious about it, and it was like for physical safety reasons for Lou.
Yeah.
So, I got a little tiny procedure this morning to take it off, scraped off.
So we're getting you, but with a little bit of anaesthetic. Which
Yeah, it was just
very
it was a
fun.
very light sedation. So feeling good.
We chatted to Hester earlier today, like just after it, and I was worried you were a little bit worried about his state because you were like falling asleep on the phone. But you had a nap since then, and I think you're good to go.
I was not worried about
Okay.
his state, but I was worried about the medical stories that accompanied it. That was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all good. I'm all good.
So brave.
Hopefully, it gives me a little bit of a brow lift as well. Like, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Did you get them to do the other side?
I thought so. I was like, whilst you're there.
All right, we might start for realsies.
Okay. Cool.
You ready? Welcome to the Footy with Broden Kelly. Once again, without Broden Kelly, as he is off with Tom in a world tour in Europe. So it's the Hester and Marnie edition once again, but today we have loads to talk about with two very, very special guests, including Isla as well, and we'll introduce you to everyone very shortly. But for now, it is time to bounce that pill. Welcome. This is a very exciting and special episode that Hester and I have been talking about for probably a month straight. And then we reached out to two people last week. I say we. Hester did most of the heavy lifting here. Hester reached out to two people and we were like, why have 4 Browns when we can have 5 and a Keck? It is Mitch Brown and Lou Keck. Welcome.
No, yeah, thanks for having us. It's we've been so excited. We're already fans of Hester for a long time.
And fans of Marnie.
And Marnie. Sorry, Marnie.
No, honestly, it's fine. Me too. I get it. Yes.
It was funny. When was it, Lou? I might put you under the spot here, but yeah, we had a couple of wines and Lou dropped into Hester's DMs.
Yes, that original time. And yeah, maybe that's where this all sparked.
Yeah.
I think.
Anyway, we're fans of both of you, and thanks for having us on.
And it is Pride Round, which adds layers to this episode. And I'm just going to say up the top how special this is because I feel like it is rare to have one bisexual in a room, let alone 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it was a month and a bit ago that you came out, Mitch, and so much has happened since that. But the following day, I found myself at a footy industry event, and it was me and 2 women, and I won't name them, but we were just like, the layers of it being bisexual. And there was so much joy in that for us because that felt like it was probably the side story to how big the moment was, but it meant so much to so many of us for so many reasons. I mean, even just like, do we just like dealing with internalized biphobia and dealing with like that being like even like my own validity.
Yeah.
And then for it to be so public and so celebrated was just like, oh my God, so cool.
It's hey, thanks for sharing that because it does like it. I mean, I've had so many messages of support, like I don't want to sound like a jerk, but like tens of thousands of messages. Well, it's been overwhelmingly positive and not only like the, hey, Mitch, we love you for coming out or speaking openly or standing up for this and whatnot, but there's, thousands of people that felt that whether it's a direct message to me, safe enough to whether it's, they got their own experiences of being a closeted bisexual man playing sport, I guess to share their challenges or their experiences. And that's been like one of the most, uplifting, things for the last 5 weeks that have just helped, it's been exhausting and like people forget about Lou as well. Like
we have questions for Lou.
Forget about Lou.
Like this is very much about us and our journey too, and our relationship. And I couldn't have done. I couldn't have had the gut reaction to go, I'm gonna get on and speak up openly in that first interview without the love and support of people around me, including Lou. So, hey, thank you.
Cheers.
Where I'm going.
Good job.
Everyone, thank you. And it's been. I don't know if you want to say anything, Lou, but it's been a ride the last 5 weeks, and because I feel like we're a team, and we're a quartet now. it's like it genuinely feels like that, but we're not done yet. There is a way forward, and and there's no, I guess from my angle too, to jump straight into certain things, but it's like I'm incredibly reflective and like and I'm open to being wrong or making mistakes and hearing people where they're at too and discussing on both sides. You know, if someone, even though disagree with something I've said or make it awkward or confronting, I want to hear from you as well and have a really nice conversation about that too. So, yeah, I've completely forgotten what I was going to say, but yeah, Lou, you want to say something?
Just thanks for having us on.
I said to Marnie and Hester, I said to Lou before, I was like, I like go on these rambles sometimes.
I love
it.
it.
And I will just go, hey, if I forget, I'm just going to go to you, Lou. And yeah, that was one of those moments.
Yeah.
There's so much to jump off from that, but we do need to start with our third person of the episode. Isla, honey? Hi. This is very special. So Isla Brown has come with a gift.
She's got something special for Marnie today, a special present.
Oh my God, thank you. Do you want to put your headphones on?
She's brought the Essendon Pride jumper
Do you wanna explain
for
what you
2025.
Okay.
And she's got her hot take of the week for you. So when you're ready, Isla.
I want to talk about pride jumpers because I love rainbows and rainbow mascots. Not many animals in real life, a rainbow in real life, so it's really unique. We have Pride Round because everyone can be themselves, and it's fair because if you are LGBTQIA, you can be proud to be yourself. Love is important. Anyone can love anyone. My top 3 pride jumpers are this year. Third, Bombers. I love that it shows the rainbow and the trans flag. Second, West Coast Eagles. I love the rainbow eagle because it looks cute. And first, North Melbourne because it says pride. Proud to be and be you. And I love the little symbols. Sarah Wright did a really good job.
She did do a really good job, Isla. Can you tell me if you were designing a pride jumper, what you would put on it?
1,000 rainbow hearts, including love hearts, the colours of the twins flag. Bye.
Oh, you're such a star.
Oh my.
Wow.
Well done, Isla.
So
Good job.
well done.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Isla. Okay, now it's time for the 5th person to join.
We're a big party today, but Ben also just had something he wanted to share. So we're going to really fill the studio with Browns today.
All right, Ben, take it away.
Hello, everyone. It's lovely to be. It's lovely to be here. Mitch, Lou, thank you so much for being here too. Mitch, I want to speak to you, mate. I think it's just unreal from my perspective that you're the first man in the AFL to come out as bisexual. I think it's meant so much to so many people. I really feel that impact that you've had, and it has really been so impactful for people within the industry, both AFL and AFLW. And I've got a few words here from just a few of those people within the industry, and people that just wanted to let you know how much we're all behind you, and in what you're doing. So, if it's okay, I'll read out some of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll start with our friend Broden.
Yeah.
Broden has written in, and so Broden said, you could immediately feel the seismic shift Mitch's decision to speak out had. His choice to simply speak his truth is a profound turning point for footy that will positively impact lives for generations. I'm also very jealous of his mullet. Very Broden, I thought.
Yeah.
Tom Campbell from the Melbourne Footy Club, he said, in footy we want our players to be brave and selfless, and that's exactly what Mitch was when he stood up and became the first player in our game's history to publicly say they are bisexual. He has made the game better, not just for the next gay or bisexual player, but for everyone. He's made it safer for people to be themselves. But I think we've still got a long way to go. It's not just up to Mitch and other gay and bisexual players to make our environments better. It's a responsibility for everyone. Tilly Lucas Rod from Hawthorn said, Mitch, reading and listening to your story has been incredibly powerful. Sharing your story will have such a ripple effect across not only the AFL, but the whole of Australia's sporting landscape. Thank you for stepping up and saying who you are so proudly. Thank you for challenging people to be better, even when it's hard. You are making things better and easier for so many people who are afraid to be themselves. I hope you continue to be met with a lot of love and light. Mason Cox from Collingwood said, Mitch, I've got nothing but admiration for the courage you've shown in sharing your truth. Being the first in any space takes real strength, and you've done it with honesty and integrity. You didn't just think about yourself, you thought about the impact your story could have on others who might be struggling in silence. What you've done will inspire countless people, both inside and outside the game, to feel seen and accepted for who they are. Your openness has started conversations that will create lasting change. Know that there's a wall of support standing behind you, ready to lift you up whenever you need it. You've made a powerful mark on the AFL community, and it's something to be proud of. Georgia Nanscorn from Essendon said, I'd like to commend Mitch for his bravery in speaking his truth. I have no doubt the courage of his actions will allow others the strength to be their true selves, and it will be exciting to see the long-lasting positive impact this will have on his peers and the wider footy community. Sabrina Frederick from Collingwood said, Hey Mitch, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate the courage it's taken to publicly be the first openly bisexual man in the world of football. I can only imagine the weight of that decision, not just knowing what it would mean for you personally, but for the bigger conversation it opens up across our game. What you've done means so much to me personally and to so many current players I spend time with every day. You might not see the full impact of this moment right now, but I know it will send waves that reach further than you'll ever realise. And this one from me. Mitch, I applaud you for having the courage to be the first player to step forward as an openly bisexual man. You knew before you announced this publicly what it would mean for yourself personally and how much this decision would place weight on your shoulders for so many reasons. But your resolve to put front of mind those who would benefit from hearing your story and your truth will ensure the ripple effects of your decision are felt by so many, not only those in the LGBTQIA+ community, but everyone who has been exposed to your message and the conversations it has begun. Know that you will always have an army of support at your back, even when it doesn't feel like it. Right? Just reading those messages as they came through, and people were so willing to send them, because that's the level of support that the community has. So, mate, we're all behind you.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. I mean that means you don't know how much that means to me. At times it's felt in the last 5 weeks it's incredibly lonely, and as much as it's not sort of about the myself or anything, it's just like there's been moments where I've felt that, like, where are the other players that have, where are the players? I haven't heard from many, and then it's like, oh, don't worry about that. And then just to hear those, it's like, it does matter to so many players, and yeah, it just means the world to me, mate. So thank you.
No worries.
And Lou as well. You've got an army of people, because I know that you've carried a lot of weight the last month as well.
Oh, thank you. I didn't expect. I think I'm the first to cry.
I know. I was like, when do I burst the moment by being like, it's Lou?
I didn't expect that.
Cried in the intro.
Wow.
Thank you, Ben. That
Yeah,
was really
beautiful.
special.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having. And yeah, it's just and I said it. You knew what you were. Well, in a way, you knew what you were getting yourself into, but that takes incredible courage, and the fact that you were doing it for all those people who, and said by so many of us, that's it's unreal.
Yeah, and can I just say, like, it's for me, I've mentioned before, like, there's no one else to look up to, or like I've had role models, but like I've admired you over your whole career, and not just as a player but as a person, and your advocacy in particular in this space as well just made it a little bit more safe for me, especially over the last couple of years where it became more connected with my identity. So, you know, I owe it to you a lot as well. Thanks, mate.
All right. Go enjoy the rest of your night. Ben?
All right, girls. Off we go.
Bye.
Good job.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, mate. Yes. Yeah, wow. It's yeah. I mean, I've said it time and time again, like it, you know, and it's quite common. It's quite common. It's not just what I've done, but there's always those comments of like, who cares or who cares? But I can tell you what, like there are a lot of people that care, and we just heard a handful from there, and like I care, obviously.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I feel like we feel it all the time, the weight of the industry sometimes, and the footy world can feel kind of grim and kind of dark sometimes, but there are pockets of all of us.
Yeah.
And this was such a pocket of light for us, I think, being women who identify as queer and in the football media space, particularly just before your announcement, it had been one of those particularly grim moments. And I can't tell you how many people sent that video to me and said, you're going to love this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was working and so I had to jump on like Triple J and do all of those things. And the first question was like, well, what does this mean to you personally? And it was kind of hard because I was in work mode to separate like the personal, but it was very much oh, my people, like all of my feed was just my people, and the queer community who get put through the ringer every single year were just happy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, they're all just so happy.
Yeah.
And like that just meant so much.
Yeah.
Because it's not often they get to just be like,
a good
oh,
news
things
story.
are yes. Yeah. Well, we'll pivot to more questions, but we do have a news sting that Patty will kill me if I don't throw to. Yeah, Broden's just messaged, wow, in all caps. Oh, it's horrible. It's the news thing they made for me. It's so bad. And we're back. I think a good place to segue from that, though, is it was this really big celebrated moment. But we always know that there is a pendulum swing, and we always know that there is a other side of the coin to everything. And even just within my sense of celebration and warmth, I was apprehensive because, we've seen Josh Cavallo, who is he became Australia's first openly gay professional footballer, and he was so widely celebrated and congratulated at the time. And then 3 years later, he revealed that he had to face multiple death threats every single day since coming out. So it's not always a seamless or just one-sided process. And you had an Instagram post recently talking about how hard it has been. And as much as you're willing to share, how much just being thrust into the spotlight has impacted both of you.
Yeah, we did. Like Lou and I have had a point, and this is one of our values in life, really. You know, even the last 5 weeks, had a lot of opportunities to speak and share, and I wanted to make a point of keeping it really positive and strength-based, and you know, this is a great thing, and to provide and create the space and positivity maybe for the next person or the young people coming up and loving this game and inspiring to play in the AFL competition. But it got to a point where I don't know if people were ignorant to the fact there was a lot of homophobia and queerphobia, biphobia and hate and stuff. And we didn't really want to shine a light on that. But it got to a point last week where we're like, no, well, people, we do need to share that this is still happening to a point where it's you know, there was death threats that we're receiving. And we wanted to shine a light on it and go, hey, no, there's work to be done. A lot of work to be done, and you know, I've had a lot of people in my community just go, "Oh, Mitch, it's been so real. It's been amazing. It's been positive." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's been it's been so good." But then there's also a lot of hate, and they're like, "No, really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And it's not only just targeted at homophobia at me. It's you know, it's people questioning our relationship, and it like affects. Well, it's no rocket science. Like, hate affects more than just you. It's that ripple effect. And
Yeah.
it's been a lot of people question our own relationship and between Lou and I, and, the biphobia that exists. And within all demographics, there's also people within the community, in the queer community, that, are like do contribute to some of that biphobia or homophobia or queerphobia. So, and we've certainly had the whole range of it.
Yeah. But in terms of how we're going, I'm pretty proud of, I guess, how we've navigated throughout the last 5 weeks. I think there have been moments, like last week was a moment where we were both a little bit beaten down by it, but it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
Yeah. One evening, maybe.
It was like, oh man. Yeah, but we're human beings, and like we make.
You have to feel it all.
And I said, like, I'm not shying away, like, of my own, imperfections, and I make mistakes, and I grew up in hypermasculine environments, and where I lied to myself and buried my true identity or denied it, and then with that became my own homophobia, and I participated in that, and I'm not shying away from that. And like even now, it's just like I was talking to someone today actually about, that was last night actually. It was last night on a another thing, just around about. And I'm going to sound really old here, and I said it last night too. I was like, it's kind of cool now to own up to your mistakes.
Yes,
like,
it is.
Come on, like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like sometimes these people in the boardrooms they're like, no, stay silent, don't admit, it'll blow over.
Yeah.
It'll like the old what's that TV show? Control the narrative. Succession. Control the narrative. It's just like, hey, like it's like just own it. It's cool. Know that we're learning. We're not perfect. Like I'm not. And it's just like own it, learn, keep learning, growing. Like I've stuffed up even this last 5 weeks.
Oh yeah.
As well. So yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, this is a bit off track, but like months ago, I put in like ChatGPT, give Broden like a Melbourne rev up, and now I'm so embarrassed about that because I am so anti AI, like to my core, like it is destroying the planet. I will go on a rant, but and I was just like, oh yeah, and like there was part of me that wanted to be like apologize to this community that I did that. But it's because it's actually fine to have those conversations. Like it's actually okay to be like, at the time I thought this would be funny because I saw it on TikTok, and now I'm embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I actually think there's a lot of power in admitting your mistakes. And I feel like we could have some of the best allies with us who came out and said, I have made mistakes.
Yeah.
And this is how I'm learning, because I think that's also so accessible to people who feel like they're not there yet.
Yeah.
It's okay to have made mistakes. You can still, please still come on the journey.
Yeah.
And Lou, I feel like it's possible that our listeners don't realize just how qualified you are to have these conversations and to be this incredible support person for Mitch. So if you don't mind me explaining, Lou's a social impact leader, and she's the GM of Elephant Ed Workplaces, and she works in creating safe spaces where people can be themselves. And she works with organisations to deliver education and training that's about preventing sexual harassment and also promoting inclusive workplaces. Is that right?
Yeah.
So, like, no doubt you are incredibly qualified to help Mitch through this journey. And also your insight is so valuable and you have so much to share with us. Can you tell me a little bit about what that kind of, I guess, blend of your professional life and personal life has been like? Have you been able to use like those incredible skills?
Yeah. It has been a really bizarre clash of like professional experience and a personal life experience over the last couple of weeks. But it has been, it's probably put me in a really good place to be able to support you with a lot of the conversations we've been having, and even the things that you've been sort of putting out. And before Mitch came out, we were actually on holidays in Italy for 3 weeks, and we'd just been having the most amazing conversations about feminism and all sorts of things like you do when you're lying by the beach.
The manosphere and the
and it was just so interesting that it was just like really hypothetical conversation, and again really informed, I suppose, by a lot of the work I do professionally. and then suddenly it became so real for us within just a few weeks.
Yeah. I think like we love each other's company, obviously, but we love talking and reflecting, and it's really nice as well to be able to have someone to talk to and try and have that sense of empathy around your conversation and trying to understand, hey, someone's said this, or Josh Thomas has came out and said that, hey, blah blah blah, and it's like, oh, okay, let's talk about this and see in Josh's shoes and what it means, and even on that respect, like even just for us continuing and learning, for those that have dropped into our DMs and gone and challenged us, we also haven't shied away from like engaging that conversation as long as it's respectful for us to learn as well, and what that means, because like we understand, and we continually, and Lou's been really great for me in just keeping me grounded on, I guess, my privilege as well, or our privilege, and I've every media thing I've done, or every time I spoke, I acknowledge my own privilege, my journey, the way I look, the fact that I got to play for 10 years, and everything. And, even now, as a bisexual man, I don't speak for the entire queer community. I speak for my own lived experience, and that's it. And, that's the insights. So when people don't choose to engage to the full conversation, they will miss this perspective, and then they might go, well, hang on, Mitch, you don't speak for me. Well, I'm not speaking for you.
Yes.
I'm speaking as someone that's lucky enough to had played the game, and now openly speaking about it as a bisexual man, and that's a unique position that I'm in for the time being.
And so unique with you being the first, because I think that for better or worse, you're kind of, both of you been thrust into this kind of like spokesperson role where like queer people aren't one homogenous group, and there's a lot of different feelings about the exact same thing all the time.
And it can be quite triggering as well. Like, yes, it's a positive experience, but like we also understand and acknowledge that, when, we stand up and you stand up and, you share this powerful story about yourself, and then, for us, we didn't really ride off into the sunset. We then continually to share a message, and a really important, bigger message, not just about me or anything, but it does bring up the negative sides and the homophobia and the queerphobia, and I know and understand that then that becomes more visible and headline grabbing for some media outlets, and that can be, traumatizing or triggering for individuals in the queer community. So we recognize that as well.
That perspective to just stop making a big fuss out of it. Really understand
and because
where it's coming from.
Because it's been, we're in the inner north, and it's a wonderful community, and for the queer community, you feel really safe, and like you do, you're like, oh well, hey, like I'm around my community, around my people, like it's this queer joy. It's so fun. It's the best fun in the world, and I don't want anything to change at the moment. Don't have this guy that played football that has a mullet that looks big come out and just ruin that for us by bringing up a lot of hate. So we understand that too, but like you listen to some of the messages that Ben so nicely and kindly read out, and the countless of people that have walked up to us in the street and shared what it actually means to you. You go, well, okay, there is a bigger thing at play here, and it does matter, and there's going to be some discomfort for everyone, especially individuals in the queer community, but if there is going to be a change, especially here in Australia, and particularly around men and men's behaviour, sometimes you have to do the uncomfortable thing and just to move the dial. It's not about finding the answers. I think that's one of the things that I've had to challenge myself with as well. It's like, you get on that crusade, and we went and watched that that movie Leonardo DiCaprio, the last one about the rebellion.
Oh, that one's really good.
Yeah, and like you get
One battle after another.
Yeah.
yeah. I remember coming out there and get hyped up and like, yeah, the rebellion. They're gonna stand up and we're gonna win this. We're gonna find the answers. But then it's like, hey, no, it's not about finding the answers. Like, you look how far we've come in so many aspects, and racism and other aspects, and it's about progressing it. It's about not trying to find the answers because you may never get there. It's about moving it forward and bringing people in, not pushing them away. That's where like we've also been consistent with our messaging. And like, I'm sorry, I always say our because it's our. Lou's very much part of this, and it's sort of been understated the last 5 weeks. But our messaging has always been is like we want to engage and meet people where they're at. And, if they're going to listen, the people that maybe are finding me or my identity or the queer community uncomfortable or confusing, or just, you're uneducated around what it means. It's like we want to sit down and listen to you and talk to you so you feel heard, that I can maybe bring you closer to understanding and acceptance, if you like. So, if we come across too attackful or I guess too strong, and here is myself going, well, hang on, they need to cop it. Like, no, we need to come around strong, but why are we changing the rules for them? Well, they'll never listen anyway. So it's about sitting with them and having that maturity and poise and calmness and going, hey, let's have a conversation. I want to share with you with the way my experiences, especially in the AFL, my experiences sitting there at a costume party on a Monday after the season and feeling and hearing jokes and what that makes you feel. And they may be the most casualness jokes of it all time, but like what that means on a wider scale. Let's talk about it. Sorry.
I feel like there's so many loud minorities.
Sorry,
so far one way, so far another way, that we forget that the large majority of people do want to learn and do want to have conversations.
Yeah.
And so being willing to open. My favorite part of my career ever is my dad, who's, I hope he doesn't mind me saying 70 plus, calling me multiple times when I've done stories about non-binary players, being like, can you explain more about this to me? And it is just people just want to learn. It's new.
Yeah.
Sorry, you want to...
I was just going to say, one of my favourite things was the exchange that you had with someone on Instagram who didn't see things the same way that you did, and just the way that you both engaged with each other and the way that the understanding you both learnt from that, and it changed the way that you've been speaking since then. And then for that person, he also said that he'd go away and really reflect on his own actions as well. Cool. So there's been some amazing moments like that as well.
Yeah,
so amazing.
One of the most meaningful messages, literally the day after. So I think that the original interview on the 27th of August, I think, on the 28th is from school teachers.
Cool.
The next day, and on a later night, I could probably share them, but the school teachers saying what they heard in their corridors, especially around the all boys private schools, what the conversations were had and what, what it meant and what it meant to them, as teachers of young men. So that was so amazing. And I had an opportunity to go to one of the Melbourne private schools. It just popped up on LinkedIn and someone tagged me into it. And I was like, hey, I've reached out to the teacher. I was like, hey, this is amazing. A group of young boys, grade 5 boys, decided to do a project on homophobia in sport and but in particular me. Sorry, make it about me. Attention seeker. Sorry. And I was just like, hey, this is so cool because, this is where it starts. And they invited me along. No, I kind of invited myself, actually. It's about me. I just wanted to be a part or just chat to the boys and let them know what it meant. And so they went in there and then they invited the whole grade 5 and 6 cohorts. It was a co-ed school. And these boys got up and prepared a speech. It was so cute and it was amazing and inspiring. And I sat there and I listened to these boys that are, white cis men, white cis boys, get up and share in front of their cohort, 200 and 300 people, and say the words gay, bi, and queer, and talk about it in a positive light. And I was like, I got tingles, and I was like, oh my God, was something really weird about that. And I was like, I reflected on after, and I was like, this was the first time I heard a grade 5 aged young boy say the word gay in a positive manner. And I was like, wow. And there is like, so much to say for our young Australians and our young people. And, they're the ones we're not have to worry about. Yeah, there's some, bad influences and whatnot online, but, these young people, it's so encouraging. It's just, So anyway, that was, it's just a lot's happened over the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And, I could talk for hours about.
I wish we had more time, genuinely. I don't want to steal one of Hester's questions. This might be a question to get the most amount of our listeners either onside or offside. Who do you go for?
You go. Do you want to go, babe?
Yeah, I'm one of those people that sort of has a few different teams.
Okay.
So
You're welcome here.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
to be honest, I think I am looking for an AFLW team. So I could be persuaded.
Oh. I immediately was like, I don't want to actually give this to you. And I just picked up the Essendon Guernsey that Isla so beautifully gave to me. And I was like, if I give you this, will you go for Essendon? And then immediately being like, wait a second.
No, that's all yours, I think. I saw your eyes light up when you saw it.
Look, it's got like the trans sash.
Yeah. It's so beautiful.
I'll find something else to give you.
So Lou has a soft spot for Collingwood W team.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In particular, one player.
Is it Sabrina Frederick?
No.
Oh, I was like, that would have been good.
Sorry, I'm putting you on the bus here. There was one famous story that Lou and I joked about, and I'm sorry. And we've done some things with this particular player anyway. Sarah Rowe.
Oh,
And Sarah and Lou were at one of those really cool ice sauna places. But
you have to. So before that, she actually interviewed me
tell the
at
story,
a leadership lunch.
Oh, cool.
For a previous role I was in, and she obviously saw me at the sauna and saw my face and just like couldn't place me. But you tell the rest of the story.
No, but anyway, Sarah goes, hey, hey, how's preseason going? Sorry, I was just trying to do the answer. Like,
I would die. I would be so happy.
Yeah,
I was stoked. I didn't really know how to respond. I was just like, it's going well.
You can retire now.
Yeah. That was much more funnier in my head before I said
that's an amazing story. That's so good.
So I guess the team that I support, there's a couple of teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big fan of the Doggies team.
Yeah.
Cool.
My two boys are huge fans of the Doggies. And Ali Blackburn, I mean, if you look at her, the trophy cabinet, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Like 5-time best and fairest, 3-time All-Australian, leading goal kicker, captain, premiership captain, blah, blah, blah. It's just incredible. Not to say how amazing a person she
4
is.
goals last week.
Yeah. And doing the good night thing, I just love it, Steph Curry. So the Bulldogs, there's the Eagles. Obviously, they've been so amazing on a supportive front the last 5 weeks.
That's so good.
From a former club. So it was really
that's
cool
great.
heading over there next week to celebrate their Pride round with the team. And Carlton is another one. We live in
Carlton.
We live in Carlton, so I just feel like I'm like my sons. I love this team, this team. Carlton, and I feel like there's one more too. Is there one more? What did I say?
I think that's it. But I was judging my favourite Pride Guernseys as part of how I would
What did you
choose
like?
Well, I actually really loved Carlton's.
Yeah.
The rainbow pops against that navy blue so well. So just
does.
But see, I think the Bulldogs Pride jersey is the best.
It's very cool.
And they're designed by Aboriginal fella that lives in Ballarat. His mob's somewhere else, but really cool design as well.
So cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to move on from this too quickly, but we do have a pre-record from Broden and Tom. No, I think we should play it. Yeah, a pre-record from Broden and Tom. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? While we wait for that, why don't we
I've
whiz
got a
through?
question.
Okay,
Can
yes,
Can I
please.
chuck in one? Because we were talking about Pride Round, and it is Pride Round in AFLW. And one thing that I mentioned to you on the phone today, but I would like to talk about, is that I really loved the way you acknowledged AFLW when you came out. The way you mentioned the players and the league itself for kind of being a real leader in this space. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So it's like I've been so lucky, and here again, here's my privilege, that I've had amazing, strong women in my life, right since I was born, with my mum, and then my ex-wife Shay, and the netball world as well, and now Lou, and and now you two, and everyone. I'm so bloody lucky. And so, with the W competition and what they mean to me, like I've had another opportunity. I've got 3 opportunities to speak to players of 3 different clubs around Pride Round, and they've, Carlton invited me, and the Doggies and the Eagles, and they're like, "Oh, can you speak to the players?" And like, they want to hear from you. I'm like, oh my God, like, what do you want me to speak about? Like, I'm the one that wants to go in the room and thank them. It's like, so I'm got these opportunities to speak to players. I go to the W Doggies team tomorrow afternoon before their training, and I just want to get up in front of the playing group and say thank you. Thank you for inspiring me and others, and being the role models that I needed to give the AFL space strength and confidence to be who you are. And I know that's, the men's competition is so different, and an aspect of allowing joy or happiness or being yourself. And I spoke to this yesterday. I had a sense of jealousy and envy around, seeing the W players at training and see them playing, and even the way they present on social media, and so damn cool. And I was like, I want that. I want to be part of that. And so the opportunities that I have over the next week to be able to speak and share with players, I'm just going to go and say thank you. Yeah.
All right, great. Ready? Sorry, that was so... Okay, cool. Anyway. Just double check.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just tearing up again.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Hester and Marnie and Paddy and everyone listening out there in podcast land. Welcome to Scotland, specifically Glasgow, where we are doing a, what would you call this?
A tour or
just an outpost or a report from Scotland for the Footy with Marns.
Sure. I thought you didn't know what we were doing in Glasgow.
No, we're here. They're doing a wonderful job. And by the way, can I very quickly say how much Hester and Marnie killed it last week? I watched it at breakfast in Ireland.
Yes.
And they were killing it. And the whole team, the whole family did a wonderful job. So I'm sure it's going off today as well. And hello, Tom. How are you in Scotland?
Good, thank you, mate. Thanks for having me.
I'll just report what we've been eating. Have you eaten anything fun in Scotland? It's the home of wonderful food.
I think it's the worst food in the world. Like, legitimately, I've never, as a whole place, I've never eaten worse food. Well, as a baseline level, Well, I disagree with that, because I'll tell you what I had. Yes.
I've spent a fair bit of time in Scotland over my years.
Yeah,
and I know
5 months here.
You got to know where to go.
Yes.
And so last night when we arrived in Scotland, I went straight to a place called Blue Lagoon, and I got a deep fried sausage.
Yuck.
Chips with
Yummy.
cheese and gravy.
That I'm into.
And then a chicken burger. Now, I know what you're thinking. Whoa, chicken burger, that's really daring, Broden. That sounds like it would have too much flavour. No. This was white bread.
Yep.
A chicken, like one you would get from Coles, like a frozen one.
Yeah, like a chosen chicken nugget, giant chicken
warmed
nugget.
up.
Yeah.
And then obviously you got lettuce, tomato, salt, pepper. No, just doused in mayo.
Yeah.
And I had a mouthful and I thought, I want to go home.
Yeah, nice.
But how are you enjoying Scotland? There's footy people been coming to these shows all around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's someone coming tonight, I think, who's a very hardcore footy fan.
Love that. Fantastic.
But yes, thank you to everyone who's come so far. I had to ask you, and I know our audience want to know.
Yep.
You're going to get Christian Petrarca. The Gold Coast Suns, for the first time, I mean, Lily Mithen for the W team was a huge coup. Yep. As a iconic player for another team. And now you've done it again and taken another Melbourne player, Christian Petrarca. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm stoked to get, I think, how long have we got?
No, not long.
Yeah, so let me be succinct. I would say that I don't necessarily agree with it from an on-field perspective, but from an off-field perspective, I couldn't be more stoked. I don't like how much turnover we're having. It really freaks me out. I think we're losing 6 players.
You think you have big turnover, Tom?
Yeah, well, you guys need it, though. We made a prelim. No, we didn't. What did we make? An elimination?
You've had too much.
A semi.
Deep-fried Scottish sausage.
So we made a semi, and I thought we'd keep that team together. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised at the turnover, but what it means is if players like Christian want to come to our football club, obviously we got Rioli last year in Noble, and that was a big coup for us. But if someone like Christian wants to come to our club, that's fucking huge.
Everyone's leaving Melbourne. But if I was going to say, if Clayton Oliver's going anywhere, I'm happy it's the Giants. And if Petrarca's going anywhere, I'm happy it's the Suns.
Absolutely. And Stephen May's going...
Nowhere, they reckon.
Oh, right. And Clayton's going to Collingwood, though, isn't he?
No, GWS.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't know what you're talking about. If he goes to Collingwood, I won't follow football anymore.
Because I follow Swoop Luke on Instagram, and he seems confident.
Shh. Now... The very sad news in Melbourne that I wanted to mention very quickly, the Preston Bull Ants from the VFL, who we often use as a joke, and I feel bad about now because they've performed so poorly recently. They're done in the VFL. They've been kicked out of the VFL because they have been financially very poor for a while. They've been on the field very poor for a while. So they're out.
But a lot of people are very upset with the AFL because I think the debt was only $250K. I say only. But I think in comparison, a lot of people are saying this is a really important institution of a team. AFL should step in and save them.
I think that there's something needs to be done because all these iconic places there. But how can that team compete against, not let alone the AFL teams, but a team like Southport, which has genuinely like 50,000 members?
Yeah.
We've talked about it before on this podcast. When Peter Searle was on the podcast, the Darebin Falcons ex-coach who won 150,000 premierships when she was there. The Darebin Falcons are in a similar position where they have to compete in the VFLW against teams who have the support of AFL clubs. And the license to literally just play in these against AFL professional organisations is hundreds of thousands of dollars literally to just play. So you have no chance. And that's just wrong. Considering the AFL is a not-for-profit, essentially, organisation that makes so much money from so many areas, it's worrying. The last thing I'll say as well is go and watch the Four Corners documentary this week on gambling reform in Australia. If you listen to this podcast, you've heard it 100 times spoken about. We spoke to David Pocock about it in Grand Final Week a few weeks ago. But literally, it rolls out. I was sitting in my bed watching this in Scotland this morning, beat by beat, frustrated at how poorly it's going. But just go and watch that and then report back, please. And the last thing I'll say, and this is a question to throw to Hester and Marnie, how can you beat North? Like, is there any way to possibly beat North? If either of you have any suggestions, we've got to figure this out because at the moment everyone else is just fighting for second.
Yeah.
How was Melbourne looking, Marnie, against the Bombers at the ground the other day? I want to know about that too because as a Melbourne fan, I'm just watching that going, this is nice, but we're playing for second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any thoughts else from you, Tom?
No, not particularly. I've moved on to looking to next year's draft in the W. Ava Usher. Can't wait for another top 5 academy pick. That's what I'm looking forward to in the W at this point.
Well, Hester and Marnie, continue the great show. Back to you. Bounce that. Throw it up.
Because we just love the footy.
Thanks, Broden and Tom. We love hearing from you while you're away. Scottish food's nice, though. Don't be so rude.
Yeah.
North Melbourne, you can't beat them. But moving right along, as much as we loved your questions, we're so excited that we have Mitch and Lou here. So we're just going to jump into a couple more. And you talked about before about Shay, your ex-partner, and also about the fact that you have 2 boys. It seems like something that you are all managing together with so much grace, and this whole process, the announcement, everything that's come afterwards, it feels like you've really done that as a united team. The way you parent, do you think that you put so much care into it because you are trying to create a really safe space for the kids as well, a space where they feel like they can be themselves? And if so, do you have any advice for other people on how they can do that?
Just for my mental picture.
So the boys are 5 and 3.
Oh my God, babies.
Bowie and Rudy, and they're gorgeous. Sometimes they're crazy and drive you mad, but we love them. And we're co-parenting. Lou and I, along with Shay, and it's we open, honest communication. Like it's not all red roses as well, and just like any relationship, it's just another one. And but it is, we put the boys at our focus, and their well-being, their happiness and joy and love, and everything else comes in with that. So I think we're doing an okay job. We're not experts, or we're not there yet, but it is about creating a safe, happy environment full of love. And I mean, that's, I've had this question a lot lately. It's like, how would you help the AFL? How would you help safe spaces? Like, you bring those three things, and, love and happiness and kindness and all those things, and you can't go wrong, I mean, Lou, you've worked a lot in this space with young people and that as well. And
yeah. No, I'm very, very lucky to get to be part of the co-parenting dynamic alongside Shay and Mitch. And I mean, I learned so much from the both of you, but really I think just trying to bring the boys up in a world where they can be their true selves and be loved and accepted for it.
Yeah. I think we I don't know, like I grew up, or you read books and it's like, oh, you got to sit down and talk birds and the bees, or have this big speech and this chat. And, for us, it's first and foremost just modeling safety. It's not about a big speech. It's not about anything. It's just modeling it. It's modeling visibility and equality. And, the best thing I can do for two young boys is to do that. And, whether it's, sit down with my boys and even the language, how I'm watching the AFLW games, I'm not language I'm using. Hey, these are players. These are Western Bulldogs players that you get to go see tomorrow, Bowie. Not hey, this is the W competition. This is the women players. I'm just saying, hey, they're the Western Bulldogs players. Cool. So these 1%ers of modelling safety create this environment that you won't have to sit down with your children and have this big speech. It'll just happen organically because your young people feel safe enough to share, and there's no need for a big speech. So that's all we do, and yeah.
That's so beautiful. You mentioned a little bit there, Mitch, that you've been asked a lot of times what the AFL can do and what clubs can do to provide a safe space. And I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'd also definitely love to hear from Lou because she is an expert.
Yeah, well, everything I say, sort of, Lou, you worked a lot in this space as well, and
yeah. So, Hester, you mentioned my role earlier. So I run the workplace arm of Elephant Ed. So we work with a whole range of organisations, including quite a few of the AFL clubs, actually, on preventing sexual harassment and promoting inclusivity. And I've learned a lot working in that sort of space. And I think one of the things, I mean, there's so much I think that can be done to make not just the AFL, but so many workplaces and so many sports safer and more inclusive. But one thing that is sort of quite relevant, I guess, after discussions over the last week is really just, I think, understanding the impact of everyday disrespect. I think, the most common form of sexual harassment in Australia is jokes, and closely followed by questions about someone's personal life or comments on their appearance. And they're all sort of behaviour that is very easy to excuse. They didn't mean it, or it was, just can be swept under the rug. But the research shows that when we allow these sort of everyday moments of disrespect to, when they don't get called out, it just creates room for way more harmful behaviours to take place. So I think that's actually really important. It's just understanding that it's just these everyday interactions that you can go, I won't call them up on it. They probably didn't mean anything by it. It actually is really important to address it, and it doesn't have to be done in a really aggressive way or calling something out. I think there's lots of ways to call people in and kind of create that safer culture from within. So, Yeah, but would you add on to that?
That's what I said. No, it is. It's like it, and it does get frustrating, and like you have those moments of like frustrations and rage, and going, I just want to just get online and go live, and I don't want to do that.
I've regretted quite a few tweets in my time.
Can I take Mitch's phone away?
It's not about that, and it's hard. It's frustrating. It's like, hey, no, I didn't mean it like that, or I get it. Like, not everyone. I'm not offended by that, or I get that you're not offended by that, but some people are, or it might be, as Lou so beautifully said, like it provides space for more harmful behaviour, and it's not that someone is, embedded, or like, players don't go out to directly be homophobic. It's so casual and so deep, and it's been around for, especially in men's locker rooms for for so long, and it's bigger, and and that's why like it's Lou, you said it's not calling people out, it's calling people in. Let's talk about this. It's not an understanding why, and
it was disappointing that the conversation last week was like, is this offensive or not? As if that's up to someone to decide, instead of like, why is it so easy for us to make these comments? Like, why do they come so easily to people? And
I think it's such lovely language you use of calling people in. I think sometimes people think if they call someone in, they are also saying that person is a bad person or is intentionally homophobic or has ill will. But it's not at all like that. And I think it's such a great way to put that. Really saying something that has, casually homophobic undertones, you're not saying that person is homophobic. And I think often the media misses that when they come out with these stories where it's like, I mean, I'm sure we've all probably had them about us where it says, Hester Brown goes bang or whatever it is. It's like, it's not like that at all. Yeah. It's a learning opportunity for everyone together. Yeah. I think like we said before, everybody does have such capacity to grow, and we can all do that together and do it in a really kind way.
Yeah, the two of you put on that Instagram that you never want to cancel anyone, but it's about recognizing the broader impact that language and behavior can have on others. And just to follow on in the conversation we've had, like I felt really uncomfortable around a lot of the conversation and the treatment of Isaac Rankin, to be honest, because it was like he's a product of his environment. Like what happened was him being in a culture and an environment. And we should be tackling that, not necessarily like, yes, I do think that he should be sanctioned, but to the level that everyone just went after this particular person rather than the actual problem. Yeah. It was so hard to watch.
He's a product of a culture where that word has clearly become so normalized that it's so deep in his brain that that's the thing that comes out in that moment, the heat of the moment. Like that's what needs to be addressed, not piling on the individual at all.
Yeah. And I think,
Would you like to do some tipping?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yes, I came prepared. I wrote some tips.
We have a stink.
Tipping. Tipping. Tipping.
Okay, Lou's come prepared.
Yes.
Take it away.
Okay, I'll go right for it. So first game, Western Bulldogs versus Essendon. I've gone with the Bulldogs.
Oh, okay, well, you may leave. That's been really nice. No, that's fair. They're looking really good. Who did they play last week? Port
Adelaide.
Port Adelaide. And then the week before that, they looked really good against Collingwood. I, as an Essendon galley, am a little worried.
Yeah, they always get up for Pride Round as well. If you look at the history, I deep dived.
Nice.
They love it and they play well, so they show up.
They play with pride.
Yeah.
They
do. And last year it was the same, Bulldogs, Essendon, and it was at the end of the condensed fixture. So you had all these really tired bodies. Not this year. I'm ready for to fully see these two sides go hard.
I think this is going to be a great game. I'm obviously tipping Essendon.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
And you are so correct. Emma, you are the smartest person that I know. Wait, Mitch, did you say are you own doggies?
Oh,
you said
Bulldogs,
yeah. Fair enough.
Half and half. I like that. Then we've got the Eagles and Adelaide. That's at Norwood Oval on Saturday afternoon.
Spicy.
Yeah.
I think that just looking around, I love an upset as well, but I'm not saying this one is because they're evenly matched teams, but looking at the round in a whole, I think there's 2 matches that are close and the rest are,
Sure.
Perfect. And this is one of the ones that are evenly matched, and so it's exciting. And obviously, we're going over next week to be a bit closer with the players and celebrate their home pride game. And so I'll be going for the Eagles this one. Yeah.
And I just love that it's so reflective of where the competition's at. Because 2 years ago, even last year, it would be Adelaide, easy, no questions asked. But now, I feel like you've got a very good case to make for West Coast. I'll go Adelaide just to balance it out a bit.
I think it's really hard to tip against Adelaide, who've been such an incredible side for all of the AFLW seasons. And coming off that surprise loss, shout out to Paddy's Tigers for the first win of the season.
True.
Incredible. How beautiful. But I am going to tip Eagles just for fun.
Yeah, I just want to say go Tigers. And the fact that I called that game for Wharf Radio and everyone in the commentary box was like, Adelaide's going to win this by heaps. I was calling with Sarah Perkins, gave Richmond no chance. Doing them again against North Melbourne. We're going 2 for 2, baby.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you, Paddy.
And just a quick shout out to one of the co-captains of the Eagles, Charlie. She sent me one of the nicest messages early on, just of support. So thank you, Charlie.
We love Charlie. Charlie
Love
Thomas.
AFLW.
Geelong, GWS. Geelong.
Yeah, Geelong. My twin brother's a midfield coach at Geelong.
Oh, sick.
Cool.
In the W team. So
Great.
Geelong.
A very good midfield. They have Georgie Presspark. If you don't have Georgie Presspark in your, is it called fantasy?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Is it not called Supercoach?
No, it's called fantasy for double. Oh no, you're correct. I can't do it. People, my colleagues, every Monday they will get up their fantasies, and I will give them all of my thoughts and opinions. But I can't do it because I get too stressed, and it like wrecks the enjoyment of me watching games because now I'm focused on like stats and these particular players because I'm too competitive.
I just pick people that I like.
Yeah, love that.
So it's not always the best strategy, but.
Yeah,
You
what are you
go
going
with
to
your
do?
heart, you know?
Yeah, I like it.
Rolling on to Hawthorn and Gold Coast.
Hawkies.
Is it Hawkies?
Yeah, Hawkies. But I love the Suns. I love their pride jersey.
I really like that.
Yeah, so Lou's done some mentoring with one of the Suns players that used to play for Melbourne.
I don't know if we'd call it mentoring, but love Lily. She's amazing.
And then, we're huge Ben Long fans in the men's. We love Longy.
Yeah.
So the Suns. So I'm just going with favourite people too as well.
Good.
Did you say who you're? Oh, you're Hawkies.
Yeah.
Brisbane, Port Adelaide. Interesting, because I mean it's 5th v 11th, but I feel like Port are all right, and Brisbane are more fallible this season than we've seen in previous seasons. In saying that, though, they could very easily make the granny.
But they can always make the granny. I'm going to go for Brisbane. I tipped against Adelaide. You can't tip against both.
No, that's true.
It's a law.
I feel like it feels foolish to tip against the Lions. I'll go.
Yeah. And they're, I'm sure there's other professional teams in Brisbane, but I think they're both men's and women's rugby teams, and now the men's AFL. And then so it's the 4. So, but
shout out to the Broncos.
Yeah.
Almost too successful at the moment, aren't they?
Richmond, North Melbourne.
I'm so sorry, Patty. Love your work last week. This would be so impressive. Imagine if they went.
I know. Imagine if it was Richmond that beat North Melbourne.
It would be. And then we would have our answer for Broden and Tom about how you beat North Melbourne as well. You just beat Richmond.
Yeah. Ellie McKenzie. Mon Conti. I will also be going the Kangaroos.
Yes.
Yeah. Same. We're again for people that I like. Laura Kane from the AFL has been such a huge support for us, both of us. And Laura's sort of worked with that team and.
Yeah, she set up the
sure has.
So shout out to Laura and go Kangaroos.
Then we've got the Swans and Carlton, which should be another really interesting match. Swans sitting at 9th, but they did come out rolling at the start of the season.
Yeah. if I had more time and money, I would fly to Sydney for this game. I will be going Carlton.
Dear Broden, please send money to me.
Oh my God, true. I'll do it for the content, Broden. Send me to Sydney.
I'm speaking to the players on Monday morning, so I'll get the lowdown if they do lose or win.
Yeah.
So I'll go for Carlton.
I'm going to go for Carlton as well.
You should ask if you want. I do know that they have lots of spare Gab Pound bobbleheads going at Carlton, so you should try and get one while you're there.
I will. Done.
I'm going to go Carlton too.
Yeah, Carlton.
St Kilda Collingwood.
Spicy as well, but St Kilda.
St Kilda for me too.
Yeah, I'm a Collingwood fan by trade. I grew up as a Collingwood fan.
Wow.
So I'll go for we love Sarah Rowe. And
Yeah, I actually selected St Kilda.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so you can go Collingwood. I'll go St Kilda.
Well, I grew up as a St Kilda fan. So.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
And the final match of the round, Fremantle v Melbourne. D's.
I'll go D's, yeah.
D's.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Fremantle Guernsey though, because it rocks. And I love the personalised hearts that all the players have done and the way they've worked like both of their teams into that design. I think that is beautiful.
I agree.
Yeah. Any final thoughts before we have to run out of here?
Yeah, well, we would love to thank you guys for having us on. More importantly, providing a safe place for us to share more about our journey the last five weeks or so. There's a lot of places that isn't safe in the media, and this is the one that is right from the start. So thank you.
Yeah,
for that.
beautiful. Well said. Thank you.
Oh my God, thank the two of you. This is and you, Hester, you're amazing, and you, Patty. Running the ship,
Patty.
genuinely.
And can I just specifically say thank you for doing this together? I think it means so much that the two of you do this together. You make each other stronger and better and braver, and I think it is something that you have done all the way through as a pair. So
well, thank you. We love you and Ben. So a couple goals. And Marnie. Sorry, Marnie. I did it again. Sorry. Sorry, Marnie.
And on that note, bounce that pill. Oh, okay. Amazing. Good job. Yay.
Awesome. Thank you.
We're still live. Everyone is being so lovely.
Thank you, Fergus, for the subs. Unreal stuff. And thank you for everyone, including Broden, for being so lovely on the chat and so supportive. You wouldn't have seen it, Mitch, but when Ben was reading out his note, when you guys were speaking, there was just a lot of love and a lot of really emotional, happy people. So
thank you.
Fantastic job. And thanks, everyone, for tuning in with us.
Thank you.
We justice for Marns. Oh, thank you, B. I agree.
I'm in love with Marnie. I don't know what. She's my favorite.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. Love you, love you, love you. We'll see you next week.